Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kelly Ann Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in McKinney, Texas. And I'm so happy that you're watching my video today. Thank you. If you're new, welcome. If you've been back before, I hope you enjoy the card. Today, this is a very simple card. And basically what it is it's designer series paper and one die cut. It can't get any simpler than this. I did not put a sentiment on this because it could be for anything. It could be a sympathy card, and I am just leaving it till I know what I want to use it for. It could be a happy birthday card if a friend is a gardener or paints or something like that. But it's a very simple card, and let's get started. Let me show you the materials we use to make this card. We are going to use this stamp set, Garden Meadow. I particularly use this on my envelope, but you certainly could use anything you wanted from this stamp set. It has some great things like hello, I can't imagine having a better friend, happy birthday, thinking of you. Very good all occasion. But we use that, and then the paper in this comes from the Meandering Meadows paper. Now both these items are online. These two things are online, and they're well worth it. I mean, this paper is just, let me see if I can do it justice and do it right. So you've got this one, you've got this, and as I flip it over, you will see the back sides. This, I mean, they're just beautiful meadow paintings, and the back sides are really nice backgrounds. There's daisies, there's a field of, I would call those buttercups, but that's me. Isn't this beautiful with the blues? Those could all be larkspurs. This could be like red clover and maybe some other field flowers. Again, we've got like the oxeye daisies. This one's got a close-up. It's almost like a Monet painting. I love the impressionists, so look at that. That would make a great cloud or background, you know, for any card. This is going down the country lane. I love it. Let's see here. Country lane, country lane, country lane. And then this one and this one. Now, there may be some missing out of here only because I'm on my like third pack of this, and this is the most complete pack that I have. But it's for $12.50. This one is just, it's beautiful paper. And it has such beautiful colors too. So we use the paper, and then that is Granny Apple Green for the base. So these two things are online, okay? And then the die is also, you know, yeah, the die is not online. It is part of In the Grove, which comes with a bundle. The bundle itself, the stamp itself has you know, has mountains and foliage and stuff, which you've got the dies for in here. But I absolutely love this, like looking through the birch trees. And so that's what we did here, is we cut it out. So there you go. This is a bundle. This is in the annual catalog. Remember, when you look at things that are online, in some cases they're while supplies last. So if they're not there, you know, you look one month and they're gone the next, that's because they've sold out. So check that frequently. I have to check it all the time because things go off of there that I have, and I like to show products that's current. So sometimes it catches me off guard. So in your packet, you'll have your envelope, of course. You will have your base card. The base card is 8.5 inches by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to score that again. We're just going to reinforce that score so we have a nice crisp score there. You should have a piece of designer series paper, another little bit of designer series paper, and look, it just came right off the end there. So this paper is normally 6 by 6, and I cut this to be 5 1/4 by 4 inches. That left me a 2-inch piece down here to use for something else. But this other piece we're going to use on the inside of our card. This is for the inside of your card. And this is your die cut. And this is really fun. Now, some of yours will have bits in it still. Mine do. They're easy to clean out. You can use a pokey tool. And this is what I call a pokey tool, this thing here. That's in your take your pick tool. I call those pokey tools. I have one that's just a metal pokey tool. It looks like this. Some people call them a stylus. I call them a pokey tool. But when I ship these, I don't always clean them out because it just stabilizes it till it gets to you. Because this is, you know, it can be quite fragile. And somebody would say, well, why didn't you use that sticky back stuff on it? And it's because people, I'm a glue girl. There's that double adhesive that you could use on the back of this to make it easy to settle down, set down on your paper. But it's not necessary. Sometimes having that movement is really cool in a card. But I have to admit, I am a glue girl, so I like glue, and I'm not afraid to use it. I got my glue, and I will use it. Okay, two more little bops out of there, and I think I got it all cleaned out. Now, if you have one of the brush tools, that would help too. I'm just going to put these off to the side. I'm going to keep one little piece like this, and I'll show you why in just a minute. It's just a trick I do with the glue to make it so you can get glue in places you normally wouldn't want it to be. Or you want it to be, but you can't get it there. Put it that way. Okay, so this is a pretty simple card. We're going to turn this over. Oh, look, there's one little thing. Always one little schnibble that stays, isn't there? Okay, take this on. And this, you will see, if you turn it upside down, will fit in here really nicely. So what you need to do is just come in here with your glue, and I just go around the edge of it, of what's open here. Okay, I'm going to put a couple dots in here. Couple dots, nothing much, just a little bit here and there. Don't have to be nuts about it. So let me put a little bit more down here. And now I'm just going to make sure my trees and my scenery are going in the same direction. And I'm just going to lay that on there and center it. Okay? That is pretty much half your card done. Woo! Now you have the choice to pop this up if you like. This outside is exactly the same as the front of your card. So you could easily, it's going to be a landscape, you can easily bump it up so it just has a little bit more dimension, or you can glue it straight down. I think I'm going to bump this one up just because I think that would be a little bit fun. And I love playing with dimensionals. If you didn't know that yet, you will know that. If this is the first time you're with me, you'll know that I like dimensionals, and I kind of get a little nuts with them. But it's okay. They're cheap as chips, and for $4.25, I get a lot of fun. And I know that sounds silly, but it is true. It is true. And you can pick them off with your fingers like that. But here's the cool trick that was taught to me by Lisa Crescio. Take your little pokey tool, poke it in, lift up, poke it in, lift it up, yep, and poke it in, lift it up. See, they're all on there. Now I can just pop it over my dustbin, and bam, we are done. So now I want to put these two together, and I want them to be equal. So I'm going to set my card like this. I'm going to set my other card next to it, and I am going to bring it up very gently. I'm not, oh look, it's not the same size. Let me pull that off real quick, because as long as I have them pressed down, these adhesives shouldn't stay down too much. They should come up. Okay. Okay, you wanted to rip. I don't know why. Ah, and then it sat itself back down. Okay. Okay, well, we'll try it this way. We'll eyeball it and see if that's any better. That's a little bit better. It's okay. It is okay. I'm going to let that go. That's the card right there. Not very hard. Inside, we're going to take this piece here. Oh, I was going to show you a trick with this piece. Let's do this first. So let's say you don't want this one just flying around because it's pretty flimsy, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take just a sliver of paper. It can be this big, it can be this big, some little scrap that you're not going to use, or sometimes you have these bits about like that. You're just going to put a little bit of glue on this, and I'm going to use this end because it's a little bit easier. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end here, and then I'm going to come over here where it's lifted up. I'm going to push it so I can get this underneath there. So see how I can kind of get it underneath there, and I'm going to tap that glue on that spot. What that does is it just adheres, puts a little bit of glue on the top of that. Okay, makes it sticky, but I'm not having to try and get the glue in there. Okay, and you can just put down some of those ends that way. I usually do the center of the card stuff or something real flimsy like that. I don't go through and do everything. If it really bothers you, please just go through and put glue everywhere. But you don't need to. Whenever you need a little more, you just add a little more to the end of the tip of whatever you're using. And you can come in here and you can put it there. Let's say I wanted it underneath here more. I can slide it under there. That's fine. And I can slide it under here. Okay, so it's just a way to get glue into places. That one just didn't want to stay very well. To get glue in places without having to try and hold the glue nozzle, turn it over, and it get messy on you. So that was that. I use that all the time. It's something I do. I do that constantly with anything that's filigreed. I can put the double adhesive on the back of things. That doesn't always work out so well for me because that really does adhere really well, and I mean really, really well, which you want it to. You want it to do that. But if you've got it in the wrong spot, it's adhered really, really, really well in the wrong spot. And you're like, oh, okay. Guess that's how it's going to go. So here I'm just using, instead of glue, I'm doing the Z on here. And I can see that that's a little bit over on that one spot. So I'm going to bring in some snips. I'm just going to cut off that little extra from the back side. Get rid of that schnibble. And we'll put this on the inside of our card. And this card is basically done. It's not a hard card. It's an easy card. We had kind of a complicated one just a minute ago. Now I'm going to stamp this, and I'm going to use garden green. So let me get that out, and let me get something out of my thing. Maybe this time, I don't know. I thought the boots were kind of cute. I hadn't used those yet. But I think I'll use this one here, which is just a little floral. I can probably do two little ones. So you can see I've used the hello. I like the hello. And these are polymer stamps, so what's nice about them is you can see where you're stamping with them. Pull them up. Now you're going to see me do something a little bit funny here. I'm going to put this one on here. I'm going to actually stamp two of them side by side. So let me get this one on. And then I'm going to put this one next to it. So it kind of looks like they're a pair. I think I'll go on this side. I normally go on the other side, but I'm going to go on this side today. Ooh, that came out pretty green, that garden green did. Yikes. I'm just going to go with a second stamp on the back, because that was pretty dark on the front. That came out pretty nice on the back. So just a little bit different, nothing much. And I hope you like this card. Again, it's very simple, it's very easy, and it's just showcasing the paper. Thank you. Oh my, I think I'm going to sneeze. Well, close enough. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Please like and share, and tell your friends. The more the merrier. And if you would like a kit, just put a message out there and I will check my messages and I'll be happy to supply you with a kit so you too can make this. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.